one of the things, I felt like I had so much anger and rage inside of me that I just needed to release it. It felt like it was going to bust at the seams inside. And I'll tell you one of the things that I did. I wouldn't recommend doing this unless you take somebody with you, somebody who is safe, who is willing to experience or see you express your anger this way. To some woods with me. It was on their land, so you could go there without being interrupted. And I took that fat kid's bat and I expressed everything that I needed to express. I expressed everything that I needed to say to my father. I expressed every single thing that I needed to say to my ritual abusers. And I let Mother Earth absorb my anger. She could take it. She was strong enough. She was able to absorb that into the earth and turn it into positive energy. I took the bat and I beat the ground with it. I hit it against these big strong trees and I said every single thing that I needed to say. It wasn't pretty, I'll tell you that. But you know what? It was so freeing and so releasing to do that. And that was really a really good way for me to express my anger and to get some of that rage and some of that just things that I needed to say. And it really, really helped. And then after I did that, I journaled about it a lot. And I was actually shocked at how much that released everything. But you know, that is not for everybody, and you actually have to have somebody there safe with you who is willing to do that. I would not recommend doing a lot of this anger stuff all by yourself. I mean, see if your therapist is actually willing to work with you, and if not them, a trusted friend, somebody who knows what you're going through and is willing to be there as a support for you. I cried, I screamed, I've said probably every single cuss word that I could think of, and more, probably made up new ones, and you know, I didn't hurt myself, I didn't hurt another person, and I was able to release a lot of that, so that was really, really good for me to do. I really like the idea of using the clay, you know, and doing something creative with it. You can actually, you know, work your hands and stuff. Sometimes it feels good just to, you know, do something physical. That's why you can do exercise and like that, or getting a punching bag or something like that to work off the anger. But just because it felt like I really just needed to be physical. But like I said, I went to my therapist and she said, you know, you really don't need to do action when you're dealing with anger. For me personally, I thought it was helpful, but I can see where she's coming from also, where she said, you know, you don't have to react or have action with anger. Just be willing to feel it. I think feeling it and writing about it, saying what you need to say. One of the things that helped me to express my anger was I wrote a long letter to my abusers, and I actually buried it. I said everything that I needed to say, and more, obviously. You know, and you know, once you do this, it might not be done. You might have a little bit more build up, and that's okay. Keep releasing it until, you know, until you feel at peace about it. There's no wrong or right way to do this. It is whatever it is for you, and that is perfectly okay. And it really does not have to be a negative thing. Gosh, I can't talk tonight, can I? You can use anger as motivation for change. In fact, it's a very good motivator, and I want to tell you a quick story. I just read this actually yesterday in a magazine. It was about a woman who, her daughter had accidentally gotten burned in the bathtub. They were running some bath water or whatever, and she had threw all the toys in the bathtub, and they went back downstairs to, I don't know, clean up dishes or something like that before bath time, before it was bedtime. Well, the little girl, their smallest child, did not come back down with him, and they really didn't realize that she wasn't there. Well, she actually thought that she was going to turn the water back on, and she ended up turning the hot water on, and it was scalding hot water, and she wanted to get her toys out of the bathtub, or it was a little boat or something that she wanted to get out. And she actually ended up falling into the tub, and she ended up with burns on 60% of her body. And of course, they took her to the hospital and everything, and they investigated because, anytime that a child is hurt like that, they have to investigate, which is a good thing. But anyway, they found out that their water heater or something was faulty, and it actually was almost 30 to 50 degrees hotter than it actually should have been, which is why the water had ended up scalding her. But anyway, to make a long story short, she was in the hospital or whatever. Well, she actually ended up dying, but it wasn't because of the burns. It was because the hospital had made an error, a medical error, and they gave her medication that was actually sent her into a cardiac arrest, and it ended up killing her. And the mother was very, very angry at the hospital. She knew that they had made a mistake, and the hospital actually admitted that they made the mistake. But she just felt so much rage. Not only did she feel, incredible grief and sadness, but she said that she felt extremely rageful. She was angry. That actually took her anger and that she felt, and she used it as motivation to make a positive change in the world. And not only in the world, but in all the lives of children and all the lives of patients who had died as a result of medical errors and stuff like that. So she used her anger in a very constructive way and as motivation to make a positive change. That things that she said in the story, she said, I am just one person, but I was able to make a difference by using my anger as motivation. I just thought that that was really great. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about the subject of anger, and that it doesn't have to be a bad thing. It doesn't have to be a negative thing. You can use it to make changes in your life. You can use it to make positive changes not only in your life, but in the world. Things that I really wish that I could do, and maybe, my life isn't over. I still might do it. I would like to use my anger to find a way to stop child abuse, so that there was never ever another child who had to go through child abuse or any type of abuse at all, whether it be sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, ritual abuse, whatever, abuse of any kind. I would like for every single survivor to come together and use the anger that they feel to stop child abuse. Wouldn't that be a good thing? It isn't impossible to do that. So when you're thinking about dealing with anger and you're avoiding it because you just don't want to feel it, because it feels like crap, or because it feels like it's out of control, think about that. What can you do with your anger to change not only you, but to change your world around you? And can you use it constructively and not destructively? Just something to think about. Anyway, that's all I have for now. I thought I would make a couple videos, and I miss you guys, and I will be making some more videos really soon. Some fun videos. I won't give you a hint, but they will be fun. Okay? See you guys later. Bear hugs. Bye!